Billy Estela, Florida. My love, where are you? Baby, where are you? I'm waiting for you.
You know I miss you so much. Sweetie, here I am.
My love, where are you? Baby, where are you? I'm waiting for you.
You know I can never let you down. Darling, here I am. I'm here for you.
You know I love you so much. Baby, where are you? I'm waiting for you.
Chérie, chérie, coco. Bébé, coucou, bébé, I'm here for you.
You know I love you so much. Baby, where are you? I'm waiting for you.
Trésor, mon trésor. Doudou, trésor, mon chou, je suis là.
My love, where are you? Baby, my love, where are you? I'm waiting for you.
Honey, honey, honey. Baby, baby, baby. Darling, darling, darling. Sweetie, 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 I'm here for you.
My love, where are you? I need you so much, baby. Come for me. I'm waiting for you.
Trésor, mon trésor. Doudou, tu es mon chou. You know I miss you so much. Sweetie, here I am, oh, I'm here for you. Where are you? Darling, here I am. I'm here for you. My love, where are you? Darling, here I am. I'm here for you. Chérie, chérie, coco. Bébé, coucou, bébé, oh. Trésor, mon trésor. Doudou, tu es mon chou. Je suis là.
My love, where are you? Baby, where are you? I'm waiting
Mon
for you.
bébé, mon trésor, oh. Mon amour, mon bébé, oh. Je suis là, oh.
My love, where are you? Baby, where are you? I'm waiting
You
for you.
know I miss you so much. Sweetie, yeah.
Now there go separate ways, baby. Baby, I'm waiting for you.
Annie, 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 oh. Baby, baby, oh. Chérie, je suis là. Tu m'as beaucoup manqué, oh. Je suis là, chérie.
You are the love of my life.
Mon miel,
Baby, baby, baby.
mon amour.
Honey, honey, honey.
Je suis là, eh.
Sweetie, sweetie, sweetie.
My baby, my darling, my honey. I love you, oh yeah.
My love, where are you? Baby, where are you? Darling, where are you? Honey, where are you? I'm waiting for you. I'm waiting for you. I'm waiting for you. Baby, baby, baby. Darling, darling, darling. Honey, honey, honey. Sweetie, sweetie, sweetie. I'm waiting for you. I'm waiting for you. I'm waiting for you. You don't know why I buried the Joa. 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 Baby, don't go. Darling, darling, darling. Sweetie, sweetie, sweetie. Honey, honey, honey. Baby, my love, I'm waiting for you.
I'm here for you. Annie, Annie, baby.
My love, where you do, I'm waiting for you.
I can never let you down, baby, my darling.
I'm gonna give my baby, my love, my love, my love. Come now, come now. Yo. waiting for you. My love, my love, my love. Baby, baby, baby. Honey, honey, honey. Sweetie, 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 I'm waiting for you. Sabino the high.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Good evening, dear televiewers. Good evening, fellow Ambazonians. Welcome to today's edition of AMBA Voice with Mr. Nanchop. Papa and Mami dem, when I know what to do for this program. This AMBA Voice is a special program for ABC AMBA Television or the Chakara de Toreja Society. My brothers and my sisters, and the one that they watch me for Facebook, YouTube, I want to do me a special favor. I want to invite somebody for join this special broadcast today. So, man will never click for a share button when I know should record a man. Man will never click for a share button. It's like say we will surely create a new name for people who really click for their share button when they join ABC. So, my brothers and sisters and my papa and mommy them, whether they join me for Facebook, I'm gonna click for a share button so that we'll invite plenty of people when they join me for this wonderful broadcast today with Mr. Nanchop. So, today we'll get some wonderful topics, key, beautiful topics. So, I will encourage everybody who want to call, make a call. We'll try to keep the broadcast short and precise, and then I will open the lines for take when I calls them, so that when I tune, if you partake for the kind of topic and for the kind of thing we want to talk about. And there's plenty of them write me say, well, Mr. Nanchop, would you call? We don't know why many people are calling. My brothers and sisters, a bit sorry, see, sometimes for live show, I don't check my phone, I get 1,800 missed calls. I don't pick all, you see. So, when I forgive me, just to keep the try. Or perhaps you get a question on some contribution. If you write them for WhatsApp, for them my WhatsApp number, I go read them for screen, I share them. And if my question, I go answer them or my year. Or if my contribution, I feel read them. Another way if you do and I say, if you send a voice message, touching to a topic where we talk then we will take that voice message, we'll read that. So for one day we join for Facebook, I say I already wish a number where I don't get for waste on time. Papa and Mami, brothers and sisters, when I welcome for this special edition for AMBA Voice with Mr. Nanchop. As it does so today, one Chakara Tori, yes, and one Toxicity, we will talk about taking the revolution to the next level of victory and absolute dominance over La République du Cameroon. You must say, we don't do all for these past weeks and past months, it will like we don't do wonder for one place. We don't do rotate only for one place. But time don't reach for we to take this revolution for the next level. For we to step up the game for this revolution. When we should not only for one place, with the murmur, with the look around, with the argue, with the fight. When I not forget, we'll get the enemy they call us La République du Cameroon. La République du Cameroon, they do bad things there. They commit evil. They do nonsense. They kill our people. Our brother them for ground zero, they defeat the pay. When I see the wahala, so we need to take up this revolution. We need to step this revolution. We need to take it to the next level. We need to take it to the next level of absolute dominance. When I say the next level of victory and absolute dominance, I mean for that level where now we will control the game. Now we will dictate what will happen. You see, even for social level, social media level, we the Ambazonians, we're going to take up and step up the game for this revolution. Where now we the people will determine the topic of the day, will determine the things that are going to happen, and we're going to determine the things that happen for ground zero for all the 13 counties. All the 13 counties. Now I tell you something, Papa Mami. One of the danger where I see them for this revolution, I say, if we always be reactive, if we always be so react to what I want to do, this revolution will take a longer time and plenty of people will die. Now see, we'll get to change the game plan for ground zero. When I say change the game plan, let me ask you some question. Will the be an independent people? Will be an independent country? Will be an independent people from La République? Will get for defend them? For just talk the members, international community go laugh we. By the way, La Republic, the one with the international community still believes it get control over our territory. And it passed me for say we still get some counties and local government areas we will get La Republic colonial leaders or rulers them. For instance, or no side say we still get La Republic DOs them, commissioner them, La Republic governor them, or call them, give them titles. When they still rule inside any place for Ambazonia, brothers and sisters, now a shame for we Ambazonians then. Now a shame for you and me. So our own power, our own map, our own show, our own authority, one can show only for Facebook, for crush each other, for boast. When our counties them, La Republic, they still work there, La Republic work, they still go smoothly. Imagine what will happen now for the northern zone. Bunda people, they can't take over now. Bunda people, can't take over our land. So to their governor, the seas were acquired boys them, they are machine them, now they dictate. Now La Republic they still dictate. Therefore, take our boy, they machine them. Listen, brothers and sisters, it's time to step up the game in this revolution. Yes, we must take this revolution to the next level of victory and absolute dominance. Get my words, absolute dominance. Absolute dominance. When I say dominance, I mean we'll therefore change the game plan on ground zero. Listen, brothers and sisters. Now, only man we don't know which side they go. They go stand only for one place, they wonder. But we know which side they go. We know what we want and we know what we are fighting for. So it not gonna make sense we'll come, they still fight for who go for lead, who not go for lead. Which group will go for support, which group will not go for support. That's bullshit. That's absolute bullshit. The real work then for ground zero, brothers and sisters. Listen. Oh, Jesus. Well, each county, I want to bring in a system, competition among the counties. We get 13 counties then for East Ambazonia. We want to see that county where we take full dominance and manifest absolute victory over La Republic. Where it means inside that county, look at, we'll be shameful with say we'll be an independent people, we'll fight for defend them, we'll not feel they still cash our brothers and sisters them. Tell them go put them for prison for Boya. Tell them go put them for prison for Bamenda. Policeman they still get power for stand for road, break motor control them inside Ambazonia. Will it be a colonial policeman? No. Enough is enough, brothers and sisters. I come today with fire. I come today with words of fire. Where every man will listen to my words today, by the end of this show, you will be born. I mean, I bring some special fire with my words today. By the end of this show, you will be burning. You know, you will say, no, I can't take this nonsense any longer. Brothers and sisters, we don't become so lukewarm for the revolution. We don't become lukewarm. We don't become lukewarm. If there is anything that God hates, it's lukewarmness. Lukewarmness for contribute, lukewarmness for fight, lukewarmness for do the things they will get for doing. May I tell you something? Nothing will be impossible for the life. If you want to do anything, there are only two things: commitment and decisiveness. Focus. I think we don't lose focus, we don't lose commitment, we don't lose encouragement. But brothers and sisters, listen, enough is enough. Time don't pass, we will fight for social media. Time don't pass, we will coach ourselves for social media. Time don't pass, we will attack ourselves for social media. I want to see all our power and wisdom and strength to get them may start being manifest for the 13 counties. Now, each and every one of you listening to me right now, you originate from a county in Ambazonia. You originate from somewhere in Ambazonia. Listen, if La Republic is still control that area, then you are a failure, then I am a failure. Now we take them a challenge. Say, listen, before June, brothers and sisters, we must step up the game in this revolution. It's time for the next level of victory. It's time for absolute dominance in ground zero. Absolute dominance. For when I just join, I never click on the share button. When I call someone make a show today. Because I'm about to speak fire. I will speak some words and fire today. Where those words are spirits and fire. Well, every person when they listen to me, these my words, they will burn your heart. They will burn you. They will make you will become a radical for independence. They will make you become a radical for independence. We don't become so lukewarm. Well, look at, excuse me, brothers and sisters. Excuse me. People are fighting for leadership. Ambazonia is big. Choose a county in Ambazonia, then lead that county. And you see all the so-called frontline leaders, ADF defied Sokadev defied IG don't defy this bullshit, absolute nonsense. That one is signed for people who don't lose focus. Nigeria to talk, that one is signed for people who don't lose focus. And at the enemy is strategy that for create this kind of situation, so that make will be in stagnant, in a stagnant position. But I don't come for turn and say it's time for the next level of victory and absolute dominance in Ground Zero, brothers and sisters. Papa and mommy, them, my brother, them for Ground Zero will never give up. Ambazonian, they will never ever be like people the way for history to give up. We've not always been a resilient people. We've not always been a hard people, strong people who know to give up. So person say, person will fight, he get a chance for win. But person will give up, he don't loss. Don't want to talk for wise man. We're not going to give up. So I want to challenge you when you listen to me right now. If you know your county, you know your local government area, don't reach for orientate back to your county and your local government area. If La Republic, they still go, their police, if policeman for La Republic, they still can move around freely inside your county, inside your local government area, catch people, catch boys them, catch girls them, take them, go lock them inside prison for ambassador. Listen, we don't know how enough for our brothers and sisters in inside prison. If we don't destroy all those prisons and take those boys and give them AK-47, the game for them change for Gazoro. Listen, brothers and sisters, it's time to step up this game. Time don't reach for step up this game. Time don't reach for step up this game. Because we still play and say, we don't know what will happen. This is war. Brothers and sisters, La République du Cameroon has declared war on us. We were never ready for this war. We never declared war on them, but they have declared war on us. This is war. Papa and Mammy, listen, life no be game. My brothers and my sisters, my people, life no be game. I remember that with those small picking. They buy me Nintendo game. Now, excuse me, imagine what when I do me a favor, when I click for the share button, Papa, Mammy, them, when I click for the share button. This life no be game. This one life no be Nintendo game. When some person go think say, if you just go, play with your life anyhow, and you see what we play with the life of our soldier anyhow, they camp decide they go attack this other camp. Listen, this life will be game. When if you talk say, if you go attack this camp, well, if you lost the first life, you'll get a second life. I'm going to tell you some small story. Tell me this small kid buy me Nintendo. Oh, now when I play Chama, and it's a plan. You get, boom, 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 boom. Oh, no, when I play that team, apartment, when I'm ready to talk about. When you put 25, France, you play the key at first life, the key at second life. Most of the time, when you be serious, now we'll get that last life. When your last life don't reach, that last life will play that game don't reach. Now, tell me you see, you fight, let's say, because no one died, no one lost that last life. You want to go to the next stage. You understand? You want to go to the next stage for that game. Listen, but the one we talk about, no be game, no be Nintendo game. Now that life, this is life. This is reality, my brother. This is our destiny. It's a matter of do or die. This is a fight for survival. This is a fight for existence. And if you go follow arms the play, this one no be game. Well, if you just say, well, lose the first game, we'll play, we'll go again, start the game again, play. Now lie. You lose, it's gone. You win, you maintain the victory. So this is a matter of life and death. Brothers and sisters, Papa and Mammy, them, I come for Canterbury say, it's time to take the victory to the next level, and it's time for absolute dominance in Ground Zero. Absolute dominance over La Republique. And we'll go for, look, listen, at the county levels, we'll go talk on the strategies. I'm not going to talk on for here, but I want to challenge you. La Republique soldiers, they still move freely. La Republique SDO them, they move freely for our streets. They are mayor them, they are colonial appointees them, they still move freely for our streets. We still joke. Then we do for social media, we fight. Do want to fight and then at the group, do want to say I prefer that man, we still fight. We never start because the work God forbid manifested now for Ground Zero. Now for them. When is the 13 counties, and I want to make a challenge for all the counties then. I want to make all the 13 counties when I take the challenge from me, Mr. Nanchop. Make when I take this challenge. Make every county now Listen, if you come out for Momo County, you come out for Bui County, you come out for Fako, you come out for Ungokitunya, you come out for Meme, call me all the counties. You know the right time. I want to see that county where it go tell you say, we don't listen, we don't break that. Then no prison, no again. Like public prison. That's it, they cash or boy them. When I see police people them, they don't take a business, they just go cash or boy when they want money now. You know, because the lawlessness don't increase. The lawlessness does not increase. So policeman will just shoot down. If the beast or a block has, it never finish. It's just a chat, master. I get for pull roof, I get for pull zin. What I get for do it? Okay, equal up at the men. When I do something, we go do parole. The patrol pick some boy they put out. They start calling the boy their family. They can pay 500,000, 800,000 for inside Ambazonia. God forbid. That would therefore you would say joke. Listen, an eye for an eye, tooth for tooth. La République Dominicaine will not be worth anything. They even call us dogs. They've looked upon us. Look at what their colonial governor is doing. If they go take what people there, since we are boy that small basic king, when I need to get their daily bread. When the begin to go talk, they will catch them, put them again for prison, put them from Gata. They will therefore you will laugh. Papa and mommy them, brothers and sisters them. It's time to take our victory to the next level and to operate in absolute dominance in ground zero, absolute dominance over La Republic, absolute dominance over our territory, in our territory, absolute unagama words. And then he talk big grammar to them. I say absolute dominance, and they say partial dominance. That's what I want to make a man where one go kill one ekelebe or two ekelebe when I take picture casual and say oh we don't kill. That's joke. That one a joke. That one a still warm up. Now we're going to change the game, brothers and sisters. We get for change the game. Enough is enough. They don't kill our people, they kill our mamidan, they burn our villages, they still feel free for our territory. So then our people get it right and that audacity and the guts. For God take Munda people, may they can run their best to keep for our streets. Now, what would the faithful understand? Say, when they take their bicycle or best king from their picking them, they go leave me Bunda man, can't carry you, go level. That Bunda man will come level, he will not play the stay. Indirectly, that they control the transportation system, that they know all things about you. We not get security again. We not get security again. Papa and mommy, them, my brothers and sisters, and will get for change this game. And the sister person will still get prisons inside our territory. Where they catch our boys and go put them there. Listen, no, we not get for allow any colonial prison, any colonial cell, any colonial commissioner, any colonial police. Tell me, Richard. Each county they get for start to work now on all the brothers and sisters that be jobless. We will recruit them. Look, if I said dominance, victory and dominance over all the territories, over all the counties, where we will start recruiting our own police and now we will make our own law, our own police, and we will start set our own rules. If not be so, this nonsense will continue. If not be so, this nonsense with La Republic will continue. Brothers and sisters, it's time to take this revolution to the next level of victory and absolute dominance over La Republic. And in this way, all of you will get for do it, will get for put our hands together, will get for focus, and will get for make sure so we'll make this happen. It is our collective responsibility. It is your responsibility, it is my responsibility. Now, my talk on small thing where I see where it happen for Facebook and for social media will not correct. And when it happen for this revolution will not correct. Take for instance, you come out for Bui, you be Bui Peking. When La Republic attack people from Bui, maybe your brother and sister that they kill them. When La Republic or any group go attack people for Bui, maybe so Ambazonians that they kill them, what will get for the kill ourselves? What will get for the fight? Which man get for rule? Which man get for control? Man will control. Look at, may each county now take that responsibility. Say their target now. If you come up for a county, you go give everything you gear. No gear for any group. If you don't give money, gear for your county. Gear for your boys. May they get everything when they want them. Listen, if our boys will be getting $10,000 every month, we'll go for make us say each county will make a target of $100,000 a month. I believe in the 13 counties of Ambazonia will get people that will feed one. We'll get people that will feed one. We feed one if we want them. We can do it if we want it, brothers and sisters. We focus for say, let's make Ambazonia great again. Let's make Ambazonia stand on her feet again. Make we stand. May we make the enemy know say, we are the people of Ambazonia. We fight and we have. Listen, I just said, this life, this will happen. This is not Nintendo. Life is not a game, brothers and sisters. Do you want to be game? Do you want to be Nintendo? Listen, the way it happen, if things they continue where it goes where La Republic will rejoice over we, but God forbid. And now when I come to know this message, we turn and say the revolution must go to the next level of victory and absolute dominance over La Republic. Now, what are the talks so? For those who already join me mostly for Facebook, when I click on the share button, that one be just in a small warm up. That one be doing a small warm up I bring up for now. I want to show you something. I get my brother Paul when I go to join me very soon. Very soon for you for chakras on Togo. But I want to show you something. When I now say I do for my shows there, I know it take nonsense. My name is Mr. Nanchop. I know the take nonsense. Papa, I'm there. All that is listen. All my brother there for one country. One there for America. One there for Asia. One there for USA. I want to tell you something. I want to tell you something. You know what you make me live in that country now because your country no define. If you've been a medical doctor, if you've been an engineer, if you've been a which kind of person, forget your big title. Keep those your rubbish titles aside. Listen, if you never been an engineer where your engineer they bring product and proof and it develop Amazonia, then you've been a nonsense. If you've been a medical doctor and you have medical expertise, you know the heal Amazonia people, you'll be a failure to Amazonia. Yes, I want to talk for you for diaspora because I just say we'll be too contented. This contention, we'll be too contented with our life. You there fine, you live fine, you there for one country, you don't buy a house, you don't do this, oh, we don't buy a house for one country, oh, we do this, it's fine and good, I don't get problem with that. But your home in Amazonia. Listen, for who don't go school for one country, my parents spend a lot of money for school. I go for electricity. And since sometimes we go to university, I did think for my head, I should answer class when I see how this one country develop. I see how much my parents they spend for sending for university. I thought for myself, say, if I go finish for this university, I know if go back for this or for Africa, for my country where I come out, for developer, then I'll be a failure for the life. Brothers and sisters, now why I take the challenge, we challenge all the way for diaspora. If you're only for earn money, put up for account, live fine, live big, then you'll be a failure. Well, success, listen, you didn't measure your success on the impact we don't live and for other people their life. Now, so you live legacy. And for we for measure, so you've been a successful medical doctor, you've been a successful engineer, or whatsoever profession. If you've been an Uber driver or a taxi driver, you know, imagine so if you do good roads for Amazonia, you feel drive good taxi for Amazonia, or you even get a taxi company where will get a good transport system for Amazonia, what will the team know? Time don't risk for you to take the revolution for the next level of victory and absolute dominance over La Republic. Now, I want to point for some challenges where people they face them for the outside. What will they face them for the outside? Some challenges where we Africans then, we Amazonians then, will they face them for the outside? Now, when I look at that world now with China. Now, this very China, they come for me. They can't say, in fact, my plan on some videos them, when I take out, when I chop Christmas, when I just watch some of these things, now reports of things that they happen now also for China. And this one is the only thing that they happen for China. It happen for we blacks them, we foreigners them, for all the part of the world. Listen, it no matter which nationality you get them, your source or your place of birth, your origin in Amazonia, your origin in Africa. No forget that one truth. No forget that one truth. So not to say, now I've been an American citizen. Oh, now I've been a Chinese citizen. Now I've been an American German citizen. That's bullshit. They will always regard you as a foreigner in that land. The worst now when you own for that land, you go be for sick old people's house. They go look less you and they mistreat you for that very country. But imagine so if you don't be your country, find your house fine, you go back to house with all this your knowledge. You don't lay a good foundation. If you be professor, you be doctor, you don't train young people, you don't pass them that skill. When you sick tomorrow, you go feel free, say, they don't train my pikin, they will take good care for me. You don't go worry. You don't go worry your skill. And this is what we are owing our land, Amazonia. And for we forget that implemented, listen, and the same last people that say they talk about federalism in the Republic, they never understand what they talk about. When we talk about absolute dominance and taking this revolution to the next level, more than sweet our player. When I swear to that for the when I swear to that, when I swear to that over there, now inside China where they mistreat black people and so. Now for China that now say that they go abroad them. What? See when I say am? Ma show na the next video. I get some few videos before I bring Paul along. Before I bring my man Paul along, I put some few videos and more that we can see where most of who they suffer. We go outside, we go suffer the slavery where brothers and sisters and they pass through for the outside. Where papa and mommy them will suffer. So
Nation, and just like any other person in a foreign country, the embassy is usually the next resort. For her, it was the Kenyan embassy.
I didn't have a place to go. I had to sleep outside. Yes, I did sleep outside. The next day they came. I tried calling them. They were not actually responding to my call. What they told me, go to the police. I did that. After staying at the police station for a maximum of 3 good hours, they told me that we are sorry, we cannot help.
She reached a dead end after 2 days of sleeping outside the embassy, a situation that many like her from other African nations have found themselves in. This video shows Chinese police officers escorting people of African descent from a place they had set apart for themselves.
I know of 2 pregnant ladies. One is 8 months pregnant, the other is 6 months pregnant. They cannot access hospital.
Patricia, also not her real name, was lucky to have escaped the eyes of Chinese nationals who came knocking in her house earlier today. Our conversation on phone revealing just how scary everything is.
No, I don't have food. I don't know what to do. I can't just go to the street. I don't want to sleep outside. Now it's either I choose to have somewhere to sleep or I choose food.
So our landlord gave us an hour quick notice. Can you imagine? Only in China that the landlord would just come, switch off your lights and give you an hour quick notice to leave. When you have legal signed documents with him, you have contracts of a 6-month rate. You've paid upfront with the taxation and everything, and then the landlord will just come to your door and knock and tell you he's coming up in 10 minutes, that he's giving you an hour to pack out. With the whole situation out there. Right? Even you don't. Are we animals?
What saddens me is that all these people were staying in China all this while when the outbreak was going on. How many black people died from this disease in China? But now that things are getting a little better, this is how you're treating us? This is unacceptable. Guys, I know this video is very upsetting and a lot of people are angry. I am too. But we shouldn't start attacking Chinese in Africa in retaliation. And an eye for an eye will only make us all go blind. All I want you to do is to keep sharing this video and let's draw people's attention to this. Let's draw our government's attention to this so that something can be done about this. Shalom.
Now,
hey guys, thanks for watching this video. If you want to receive more videos from me on WhatsApp, you can join my WhatsApp group by going to my Facebook page. That is Dr. Dennis Bento. When you get there, just
now, my papa, my mommy, them, my brothers and my sisters, them. I'm not bringing video for same stay with anger or for stay with negative anger, but I want to stir that holy anger. So when I know in those days for Sunday school, where they be tissues on chair, they can say holy anger. That means that anger will cause you for vex, for do something good, for cause a change for your life. Because for now, the very Chinese people, there, I go put something up for skim on the they've been all over in the world. They've been all over for Africa. Even the corn and for gâteau, they sell for weave. They fight with you and mommy the way they sell corn and gâteau for hot. They want to dominate everything. When people then go for their country, them see what they do for the people there. They will just come knock your door. They say the Greek people will come out. Woman will do belay. According to the people, they kick 8 months pregnant woman. They kick it out of us. May go for us. I sleep for 2 days. They don't care. They don't care. But when they come for we black people, we receive them. As a matter of fact, some of you primitive. So when you get some black boy, you will get some small fine black boy. When he come for you, say one marry a pikin, you will say no. The boy which kind of black pikin is? He come on na which tribe? Na Bamenda, na Southwest, na weak people, na the. We talk all that foolish. But one man will go come. Oh papa, why my Chinese man? You don't even know a background. You don't know a lifestyle. You don't know why you don't know not about it. As you say, "Why marry a pikin? Oh, you must marry a woman." No, that foolishness and primitivity get for stop. Oh, papa, why am I going to talk with a small fine sister will give for your black pikin one can you say no on a black man? That nonsense get for stop. That nonsense get for stop, brothers and sisters. Time don't reach for we for change the game for this life. We get for change the game for the world. I will get for start implement them now. These people know they look like human beings. Last week I talked about the plan say they don't make antivirus. They don't go to care for people for Africa. They look like animal them. So imagine so we do for their country. Would you work? Would you pay tax? Would you do everything? They still treat you so. Oh, let people will not get home. Let people will not get house. Hey, if you pick you an orphan, when you take that pick you maltreat, government will seize for you. Make government take care of. Brothers and sisters, let's say we not get house. Let's say we not get a place where we come out. We all do a doctor type to see. The one say I am doctor this. Our own doctor will know I am doctor this. You can't talk for social media, talk big English, talk big grammar. Your own doctor now for impress me. Your own doctor title now can't impress people for social media. When the Republic destroy your country, show yourself you go school and school go through you. More see your effect for ground zero. More see, listen, I did give a challenge to the 13 counties of Amazonia. Time to change the game is now. Our life no be Nintendo game. We no dey play. This one we still play. We make sure. La Republic will kill our boys if we still play. And if they kill them, we not to say, okay, they don't kill you for game 1, we'll go for game 2. We'll take all the lives them again, we'll put them again, we'll start again afresh. Now lie. When they don't go, they don't go. Pikin where ADF go catch them, kill them, that pikin don't die, he don't die. Pikin where another group catch them, ADF, he kill them, that pikin don't die, he don't die. This is nonsense. We have to change the game and know that La Republic is our enemy, and we'll forget absolute dominance. Dominance over La Republic. Absolute dominance. When I say dominance, we say, no, look at, for instance, still a prison. La Republic no government control no prison inside Amazonia. You know how many of our brothers and sisters they behind bars for La Republic? They just work a cash up and for go put to prison. I don't want to watch them. My brother already hear me. You never enter the fight. You say you want to be a restoration fighter. You want to be a peaceful person. Listen, La Republic no normal they can say peaceful right now. Every one of you in a target. You have all win an enemy. Listen for La Republic, and we must treat them as such. Because when they can't shoot person, they shoot them and got them. That country they say, do one a peaceful Amazonian? Do one to be peaceful Amazonian? Do one they partake? Do one they partake? Na lie. When they can't catch you, you know they care whether you did it or you know today. When they want to make their for people na go put a fungata, they know they care. So listen, for you for to say where I never be AMBA fighter or and even yes, so they say that they call army them, make they come for report AMBA fighter. You will free yourself because they go kill you. If they not kill you, AMBA fighter they'll kill you because you don't say them. So you get to choose one side, be with your people and die with your people. Listen, we must stand with Amazonians, fight with Amazonians, win with Amazonians. If one die, we die with Amazonians as Amazonians. The two sides mago no give. I don't see no room for that nonsense. I don't see no room for that nonsense. Because even for the one man country, most of them a day, when I say, that na things Amazonia, when I shame. Why am I being mistreated now? Imagine you get master degree for University of Boya, you do that cleanliness. Imagine you go school, University of Boya, you graduate, you come America, you will get for go do some kind of nursing course. So that when you can't clean so omami their shit, you clean so open their shit, and then coach no money job. Sorry, brothers and sisters, I'm not there for coach my job, but how do you understand you deserve more? Person where go look, who's I don't see for America, person where go university like you for a country, you don't get good job. You go for different my country, you go work some kind of slavery, then you dey fine because they pay you, they give a paycheck every 2 weeks, $2,500. You are it isn't like that. And it's all your old age. And it's all your old age, brothers and sisters. Listen, the one that reason we going to make we say we get for fight for homeland, fight for that one we call and say our own brothers. Listen, it be funny if you say some people them. If you might say some man stay inside rent, you did there for rent. You never be your own house. You there for rent. You rent, then you still boast, you claim, you show, you there for rent, you buy motor, you get money, you know, for you to sing for be your own house, you go call and 2 1 days in your own roof this. When rain fall, cover your head. You there for some money, so maybe my landlord he has over fine child. And I saw the rent expensive. You say, but he has over fine. No, I will be me for you, the house fine. You need think for be your own house. You go die inside rent. They go bury you inside rentage. Yes, because you need to open your eye. And the child will talk to you. For person who inside one man country, they for people their country, things that they find, they live fine, everything they find now bullshit. One home na Ambazonia. We must fight for our home. I talked yesterday, my Miss Machine said, I said nothing good comes easy. But you know me say we not go for the hard stuff. We will go for it because we know say now our own. Now, I want put something for screen before I bring Paul along. Paul along already there online, he'll be connected. I'm going to bring my brother shortly. I want to talk something where I will want to more look at. Now, I read some article this morning where it touched my heart. The article burned my heart, but I want to put it for screen and I want to read them. Now, I will put it for you. I should put it here. I think I should. Okay, let me put it here. Put it on the screen. I think I already have this one on the screen, so I'll show. I hope so. We'll favor them when I put them on the screen. If not, I'll put them big. Okay, now I put some article for screen. I read them today where it touched me. It made me cry. Okay, now in that I just don't know if you read them, so I put them big for screen so that we'll see them fine. Okay, if we read this article, it tells you say Kenyans they don't drive out Chinese them from their side, and the police and just watch them, they just look up, they don't feel do nothing. Say Kenyans they don't vex, they don't drive Chinese them out of their side, so they just look up, they don't feel do nothing. Now I want to know what happened. I want to read the story, and I want to use the story for invite my brother Paul, because he already here. My brother Paul, and he said he already here. Go join in a very few seconds from now. What did happen for you, Papa, and me them? So that's a small story, and I want to use the story for related for Ambazonia. What did happen for you, and you know what happened for Kenya? We don't get people the way. We don't get people the way. We get a situation where I say Chinese people them they don't go for Africa, they don't go buy land. In fact, I put a story. I go read them on a year and narrate them because we go talk about the matter for land inside Ambazonia. I want to address this matter for land inside Ambazonia. We will get Papa and Mommy them. People that want to sell our land inside Ambazonia anyhow for any kind of mugu, for any kind of Jack and G. I want to address this issue once and for all. Now, because we see what will happen for Kenya. I put them on and see what will happen. I put the news and I will read them. It's a one grandson of late Clement Ayumu, who is the landlord, you know, I might just go fast, who is the landowner, is said to have colluded with Chinese national without consulting the owner's widow and other family members. He said John Rihanna, the family spokesman, revealed that the animosity prevented dialogue between the two parties. I will explain that one. So the land was sold to a mining company, a Chinese mining company, so managed by Chinese. We have not been able to reach these people because of hostilities. Okay, so people who acquired the land have been willing to listen to, have not been willing to listen to any complaints from the family. Graves are there, and as you know, mining involves a lot of blasting, which has really interfered with the graves he cited. Now, this is a reported speech. Now, I will just read the last sentence. I'm going to get something out of this. So Duncan Ndiro, one of the grandsons, was angered by how the land was transferred and claimed that the chief conned, you get it? The chief conned them in collaboration with the Chinese. Now, this is a serious problem. This one has some serious problem. We'll see how now family problem this. Some pikin for family, they don't wake up, if papa don't die, if papa leave plenty land, he just go take one of the land, he sell it for Chinese people. Now not working. You Chinese people, they get sense. They don't study geology, they don't study the earth, they know place where mineral fit dey, they know place something be. So they don't go work out with their machine them, look and they don't go see that place, say, hey, go there for the place, oh. Go there for the place. They can't talk, so who get the place, eh? They can't meet that pikin. They deceive that pikin and they cheat them with baby money. They deceive that pikin and they cheat them with baby money. They go take that land, they buy them. So for the poor pikin, you know, say if you sell land, oh, maybe the land will cost of 1 million, they give you 10 million. You say, wow, the land for 1 million, they give me 10 million. You know, think twice. You know, even go consult a poor widow mommy or grandmammy. You know, consult them. He just take the money. Vamoose. Chief 2, Igi Chief also wanting. All these chiefs they want to collide with the bad picking them for the sale of Amazonian property. For the sale of Amazonian property, we go give on a cassingo. We will give on a cassingo. I want to start an operation, no selling of land for any French Cameroonian, for any La Republic du Cameroon. All that you receive Bamli Kide. When I accuse me saying I hate speech, but I tell you something. When I don't know what you did for that land, the Chinese for the go they don't see what you did for that land. They can't buy them. You see that picking, what you can happen. They start go dig up, they dig that gold. And I did very Chinese people they drive free out of for their own country. I show on a video they beat poor people, they kill them, they knock them. Africans and Amazonians, my brothers and sisters, for how long we will sell our birthright? For how long? And they still see today, you go get Amazonian people where you don't study book. No, this is you get Amazonian people where you don't study computer. You get one man picking where you don't study computer. You get your job. You go say blind man go prefer say me get that white man do. You go let the Amazonian brother or your own black man brother. Why would he give prevalence to these people there? We live for ourselves. Listen, if you want to apply for market, I know I bring tribalism beside it. If that man, well, I never say some person never marry another country, but we will always stand now for Amazonian. We give preeminence for Amazonian there. Yes. I do want silly nonsense. The one I talk as Mr. Nanchop. No, I don't mean a general rule, but I want call we to other Amazonian people. We don't reach for we no say we get for keep ourselves the priority and preeminence for everything we do. We get for that think about ourselves, we Africa. You see, and the problem and 6 because we can talk other day with the same Bamlikina and the camp, you put the one can Papa and Mommy them for ground zero. My brothers will get for study nonsense. Our land for the Bami there. We'll sell our property, we'll sell our thing there. We'll get for stop this because now so that the only can creep. Okay, I guess a situation here for northern zone. So neighbor, he get big land, it be house because he get neighboring land when a big land. Bami man, La Republic man come up, he say one buy the neighbor land. He sell, he cut part for the land, he sell it for you. Now, this crisis don't come. That neighbor get 2 boy picking away the day for us. When I know what happen, now that neighbor call La Republic because they get for that house. He get picking for that house. He get a boyfriend and a soldier and a policeman for La Republic. He call that master say the house so I get some boy for that house. I don't like them. They my neighbor them. I don't like them and I'm Amazonian them. So that master, that boyfriend, that Jomba, so the call for people saying Jomba. What he do? He take other friend and policeman them. They can't catch that papa 2 boy picking them. They think they go lock them for no good reason. The only 2 they tell them say they're Amazonian them. That time we can't hear the real story. They say that's because that papa is picking them for one man country. That papa get picking them for one man country. That small girl go take phone call a police brother them. A police boyfriend and police say the papa get money. He picking them for one man country. If we not catch 2 picking them, we not can ask him for 500,000 for that picking them. That picking them for one man country. They'll give money. They'll send them. And that's what they do. They can't catch that picking them. They start put pressure. Now, when I hear the story, I tell my friends when I not give no money. May they put pressure, may they put money, may the matter go for court. When they get a good lawyer and they put pressure, so the matter won't go for court, that police they can't draw back. They say no, they be sorry if they did a mistake. Now they can't discuss. Now they can't hold that police. Now they put pressure for you to say now that girl. The policeman can't talk say now that girl because he said the picking them. He can't talk the whole story. Say this so that girl he can't talk say no. Hold the boy there because the man is picking them for one man country. Now so the whole story can leak. My problem for this story na solity. Now you decide for sell land for the Bami man, for the La Republic man. It don't can be house for that land. It don't can become a thorn to your flesh. When I see how these people wicked, when I see how people are wicked, I want to tell and I say we get for change the game for Ganzoro. When I still make bab, when I still play, I see some of them they come for Facebook, now they can't coach. When I don't make I beg, Papa, I reach out for home myself. I be sorry I they shout today. But something the way sometimes you get for shout. Even you, Papa or Mommy, sometimes when you see people do nonsense, you shout. I they shout too because we Amazonians them will get for change this game. Now, I want to bring in my brother Paul along. We're already there for background. May he join me for this special broadcast because we get until we want to talk for Hita. Hello, Apostle Paul.
Yes, my brother.
Good evening and welcome to AMBA Voice.
Thank you.
The salute all people with them. They watch ABC TV, Amber Voice for this moment. Thank you, Comrade Clovis, for this wonderful invitation.
Yeah. Yes, Paul. And also, you don't hear it while they talk. I want me give your own contribution for that. You already talk. Now just take 2 minutes for brush your own contribution for that. You already talk. How you see this matter while they talk? Or you just I enjoy the talk that foolish. Correct me because what topic today I say taking the revolution to the next level of victory and absolute dominance over the republic.
Yeah, I sure say you there for the right track because of recent we dey look am like say we dey make na child's play for social media. Of recent e be like say La Republic dem dey just laugh at all wetin we dey do. The international community dey just laugh at all thing wey we dey do, like activists whatsoever. They just dey look we say we dey joke na joke. But I think say now na time for bring sanity, for really carry this revolution to the next level. I think it is necessary now. Now na time this will get for take advantage for every situation. Because if you see what way they happen now, in the light of this COVID-19, La Republic they do everything possible for push this thing for inside Ambazonia. If you look at critically, so if we no stand we ground, we continue for the make noise for social media, we continue for the talk dirty, the expose with dirtiness, the fight who be who no be who, for talk who be the richest activist, who be the most handsome, who no get this, who no get that. It no go help this revolution. It no go help. Now the time we will need for take advantage. We don't impose a lockdown on we borders, but is there an effective follow-up? This one are the responsibility for every Ambazonia on the ground for take this responsibility. Because this one are a more humanitarian lockdown. Like what we hear the other day, the one they don't cite some clinic for Tico. I think 2 or 3 clinics for Tico, where they say they go to transport patient, then from Douala, they bring them for that clinic. Only that one is enough for carry this, enough fact, enough aspect, enough reason for carry this revolution, for carry this fight to another level. Now for show you how wicked La Republic, the extent where La Republic don't go with their wickedness. Because they see Ambazonian COVID free, they want to import it now. They want to voluntarily import this sickness in Ambazonia, which is not going to work. Which is not going to work. When you say, "Oh, carry this fight for another level," it means every Ambazonia personalize this fight. May every Ambazonian forget about whatever you listen on social media and you ask yourself, "Wait, me, I don't do for carry this fight for another level." You get the structural level, you get the financial level, you get the moral level. When I talk of the structural level, where do you find yourself? Where you belong? Where are you placed to carry this struggle to another level? Are you on ground zero? What are you doing to support this struggle? What are you doing? Which intelligence you give we every day? We dey out, we collect intelligence from ground zero. If you see anything where it be anti-revolutionary, now your place as an individual, as an Ambazonia on ground zero, for inform the members for the account where they for diaspora, for inform any not be any activist who see and say get focus, he get mind for this revolution. Activists will no go take your information tomorrow because you are on a disagree, it put up for public. You inform that activist, say, so and so motor run pass. Military don't enter this man backside. Military they stay for this place. Military don't pass so. Now they walk that way, everybody for ground zero. Where you get this revolution for hand. I want me this revolution go to another level. Supposed for the door. The more we do for diaspora, when I talk at the level of the structural level, what do I mean? Where do you belong? We have the revolution has been divided to county by county, local government by local government. Are you in your local government? What do you do in your local government? Do you contribute? Some people, they're there for inside local government, they're there for their forum. They know they contribute. They know they talk no nothing. They know they are dormant for more than for sometimes 5 months, they know they talk nothing, they know they contribute nothing. Now not time. We will need to realize and see the wickedness of La Republic, and we carry this struggle to another level. You in another time where we need for contribute, we need for support financially, because we already have a defined structure. We have a structure where you can contribute, where you can participate, where you can give ideas. You go, something will happen for your neighborhood, that information comes for you directly. Where do you pass this information if you are not in your local government? It is simple. When something happened on the ground, your papa, your mommy, your brother, your sister, your neighbor, he send you that information from ground zero. Immediately you forward that information, maybe for a WhatsApp group, or you send up for the chairman for a local government. Immediately they go take action. Now the responsibility for every member for diaspora for call back. They find out what did they happen for their quarter, what did they happen for their neighborhood. Everybody supposed to participate. Everybody supposed to participate. We will talk, so we want to carry this fight, this revolution to another level. Now, that way, every member of a county, of a local government, if you belong in that WhatsApp forum, you become an intelligence officer. It means that you find out information. What did it happen for village? What did it happen for quarter? What did it happen for a compound? Everything. With your friends, the way they did different places, that they got sending information, you did fit in the house. For example, and therefore, yeah, every store, every off-license where they sell Brazaris drink for Kumba, they update me every day. Now, it's a new one day for Kumba, they call it say peeling. The military they import Brazaris drinks. This off-license owner them, they peel them. Then when they peel them, you know if you know whether na kaji or no be kaji, na peeling that. We go still sort them out. We know say from hospital run from hospital, Kumba General Hospital go up from that military barrack. All they say Brazaris product for day, because they know say na their stronghold that for Kumba, na their stronghold, na their only stronghold that way they get that. From General Hospital for Kumba go up, because they know say military barrack they for prison they army camp they Dios office they other big, so that side na their green zone, so that they say all in short that side na La Republic na their own garden that. So I get this information and this intelligence every day. The one that's waiting, I need to work now alone. Now because I never some structure, and when I get this information, I know the right place where the person. So that the responsibility for every member, every ambassador away there for diaspora, for we for carry this fight to another level. Now the structural part of it that it means you identify yourself in your local government. Now wait way the interim government want do now I say plenty of people they know that they get difficulties for pay their CID, their composing independence due. Now you go to pass this money, you go to channel another for your you go to pay now for your local government. Then your local government in turn it go send now for the interim government. I'm not telling you the advantage where for this thing. When money don't short for una local government, una need some amount of money. That money where they pay them in for CID, where they pay them into this interim government treasury. Well, when I need money, when I go back now, when I say, okay, 20 people they don't pay CID. What percentage for these 20 people? Now 1,000 euro. When I need that 1,000 euro, interim government I go say it go for that 1,000 euro. When I say,
yeah, come report.
You know, go lack money. So at the level of the structure, for we for carry this thing go, for we for carry this fight to another level, you have to belong in the diaspora. Okay, yes. We'll go at the level of finance. None at time way me and you supposed for support these boys them on the ground. The one will not get choice. Will not say the world get an economic lockdown, we get everything shut down, but it does not prevent us to support our boys on the ground. They depend on us. So we must do everything. We must do everything to do what? To support them. We must do everything to assist them. So, fellow Amazonians, now no be time for me, no be time for attack soldier. I don't see me soldier to soldier confrontation. I not see soldier to soldier confrontation. Now, na for Hitler Republic hardest. Now for touch anything where it concern them for inside our land. Where it generate fund for them for use and buy guns, for use and pay military for Kiwi. Anything where it concern them for inside Amazonia must go down. Their offices, their buildings, where it has military, we supposed to put that down. Their barracks, they supposed to go down. Their taxation offices, they are not supposed to be there because we pay. They force us to pay taxes, and we do what? And they use it to buy guns against us. Those are things that have to go down. All enablers, therefore, inside Amazonia, they're supposed to pack and go join Bandam for place where you did. They're supposed to pack and go join Kema Patrick for place where you did. All enablers in a will not take note. The fight can be slow, but it will be steady and we will get to the end. Some people think, no, it's over with the land. There is nothing that is over until it comes and meets you surprisingly. So, fellow Amazonians, for us to carry this fight to another level, let us make it an individual responsibility. Let us make it an individual responsibility, both in the diaspora and here. We cannot give up at this moment. We cannot say we are tired at this moment. I thank the information, the messages I get from Ground Zero, the encouragement that instead when I get for the encourage Ground Zero, the Ground Zero is to encourage me. So my brother Clovis, sometimes I get elevated. I don't know as I can talk, motivated by Ground Zero. Sometimes when they hear information, we don't hear audio whether they threaten your family. Now Ground Zero, they come and say, no, my brother, just keep up. No matter what, just keep up. Now Ground Zero, they encourage you.
And Paul, you know the funniest thing? The funniest thing I say, now diaspora people, they want treating people, their family for Ground Zero. If you imagine the funniest thing.
No, not the game that we did. Ma make you understand one thing for this revolution where it did now. For social media, where you gossip. If me and you will be putting us on my name now, they call them, we forget 1,000 views for you. But because our topic today not talk about any money name, it talk about motivating people. It talks about changing the game. I mean, no man will be somebody just can pass for a click share here, they cannot talk, he don't go in. But if we don't put some person in name, or we tell say, hey, breaking news because Amazon and the like, not now breaking news. Go win this war. My brother Clovis, I want you to understand, not be breaking news, go win this war. Not that the amount of WhatsApp forum, the way you don't carry spy and put up inside, they move breaking news. Not that the amount of document, the way you go buy private document or pictures or videos, where you go put up aside, go win this war. No. Not be he go win this war. Wait till go win this war. Now me and you are determination for carrying this struggle to the end, for support Ground Zero as much as they need, for stand for the right path. And the right path waiting when you belong.
Yes. Apostle Roland more talks on it now. I want to make some correction for some point. I want to make some people understand now. What I was saying about China was not to instigate hatred against China. But I want us to be very wise, looking at the things that are happening right now. Listen, we Africans who have been deceived and manipulated for so long, we cannot continue to be deceived and manipulated. We can't afford, that is too costly for us to be the price payer for the pleasures of others. I was talking about the story of what happened in Kenya. Now, what will happen, I say, the reason why the Kenyan people for that village, they be arise and then they chase out the Chinese people and that company. Now because they not if you allow them and for believe that they live poor, China that they can't dig gold for their village, and where China they not buy that land in a rightful way, where they go bribe chief, they bribe commissioner them, and then they bribe that boy for take the land. So they put them and say, now injustice, be fair, and not true. I just want to bring a more understand. Say most of where we just look up sell our lands them for people them. Some company go to come up for Chinese or come up for one buy the place to make a company or this. We never know which will get them for that ground.
My brother Clovis, we don't need to overstress yourself because it's not going to change nothing. no matter how you want justify China or you don't want justify China, you know go change the my treatment way blacks they currently this with the CM. American man tell you, American embassy for China, it already write a letter. It notify black American, black American for China. So may they be careful. May they not take them for Africans. So it means there's a difference between a black American and an African. So there is nothing that you do to justify, you change that story. It's the same thing that is happening between Ambazonia and La Republique. Maybe I tell Ambazonians where they're listening for me. I want to listen very carefully. The same way that Chinese that they treat blacks, the same way that Chinese that they treat Africans, is the same way La Republique is treating us. Let me tell you, people, I'm not, start today. So we will not blame China. We will not blame it. Start now for inside we house. That is the treatment La Republique has been giving us for the past 60 years. Since we got independence and we became part, we came into that unholy union. That is the treatment we have been getting silently. And from 2016, it was open. It became an open problem. So before one talks, say, what to be the problem with Africans or their fellow Africans? We begin with La Republique and Ambazonians. That is the first. That is the first example, Mr. Nancho. The first is the treatment that another African country is giving another African country.
And Paul.
Together. Yes.
That leads us to the next question. Are Africans the problems to Africa? Because it'd be easy for believers say we Africans them just as we try to talk them. And this one an open discussion because we will start taking calls them. We want an open discussion. We Africans them we tend for disrespect our own. And not forgive our own preeminence for some kind of things. I want to see like what should be happening for South Africa and other African countries. And then it give other countries like outside the right for doing to we Africans. Because excuse me, why Chinese man will maltreat you or drive you kick when he says South African man do? Why La Republic man will do when he says why La Republic soldier they don't officially if he kill we like animals? When they say ADF the key people there for Bui. When they say Bui warriors, and when they say when they say the key, imagine. I mean, it leads me to these two questions I will ask her. African now will do our own problem or Amazonia will do our own problem. What is their judgment on this thing? Now, two key questions that I ask them at once because of time.
Yes, like you said, don't talk the xenophobic attack for South Africa. Where South Africans they go live white the way they do for inside their place where they dominate them. They attack Nigerians, Angolans, and others where they don't come. Why will other countries not take advantage of it? Other countries will take advantage. If you look at the treatment that we are getting from La Republique, it's highly because of some of the internal enablers that we have. When if a leader will stand on the media and says, we are going to kill this general, we are going to take down Chacha, we are going to take down Chacha. What you feel say go limit the military, go cause the military for key innocent civilian of Kabu? Why? So you see, I say at the end of the day, something where African president A go deny, African president B go take her. So why you feel say African is not the problem? African is the problem because, for example, we have two systems. We have Francophone. That is the Frenchman. He don't take some 14 countries for Africa. He hold a hostage. They don't hear nothing. They are just governors to Mr. Macron in France. So what you want, anything where they against French interests, they fight against it. Even if the Englishman want bring something, for example, Nigeria want bring something where go benefit Africa. But if Frenchman say he no go benefit it, he shut them down. He does everything to fight against it. And he go use now who? He go use now only African for fight that thing. Look at Faki for is it Faki they call him this chairman for African Union or whatsoever. Since when this incident since when we start war they declare war for 2017, what the African Union don't do? If African
African Union never fit be able to condemn the acts of Mr. Biya and call for a unilateral ceasefire, send in African Union troops for a take over for declare ceasefire, take over create a buffer zone. What will the feel United Nations go do? So if African Union no Faki don't go for they go take this thing, it go statue, it come back. And it don't in favor of Mr. Of Mr. Pobia. So you feel say if Faki go take statue, now Guterres no go can't take your own statue. Now the same thing. So if Africa never be able for fit intervene judiciously, man talk so because sometimes the way they fit intervene unjudiciously, but if African Union we don't intervene judiciously for this problem, we know for the play what they did today. What the hell are United Nations. Okay, since we the Bangui judgment be common, wait, this Bangui judgment it talk in favor of Southern Cameroon. Is they have the African Union be able to implement this judgment? No. Look at the Abuja High Court judgment ordering the release and the compensation of our leaders in jail. Has that judgment been executed? Has the African Union respect that judgment? You expect na United Nations go can respect that judgment? If Nigerian government by itself never respect that judgment, if you want to say African man na problem for African man, we fight for we liberation. We don't decide we can't hide for Nigeria. We take asylum for Nigeria. They grant we refugee status. Then the same time again, Nigerian man cash we put them for plane, send them back to country where they run away from. See, my brother, see, the wickedness in this world begins in your house. The wickedness begins in your house, and we see the wickedness. Say, I be refugee for your country. Then the country where I run away from, you bundle me, you put over that plane for that country, they send me back. My brother, the African problem, you don't ever hear say happen for Europe. You never hear say happen for America. Say refugee, I don't care for here, I can't seek asylum for here. Then Cameroon send a plane. It come out for Cameroon, can land for Germany, carry me, put them inside plane, go and back. For inside German airspace. You don't hear that kind of thing. So they look at us as if we are playing drama. They look at us as if they know that we don't even love ourselves. So Ambazonians, make I tell una go fight for una right. Una no go left some man may it pass judgment for una tomorrow. We are going to fight. We are Africans. We deserve everything as a nation in Africa.
That's right.
Our independence was voted on the 21st of April 1961. It was voted. 64 nations voted for. We are an independent African nation, and thus we must be treated as per that chapter 1608. So if you are listening to me, we have Africans who are enemies, who are fighting against our own independence. No, no, even talk say before white man will even talk against one fighter. Africans, La République na number one. Is they among that 23 countries the way they vote against our independence? La République and France, they voted against our independence. So, fellow Ambazonians, let me tell you people something. Our biggest problem is Africa, but we will rise above this problem. Because the injustice what they get, if you imagine say the whole Africa, the only person where they cry, so we get this Patrick Lumumba, PL Lumumba, we get JJ Rawlings of Ghana, and we get these people for this Pan-African television for Kenya. Now the people that are the only three then that way the year were cry for the continent of Africa. No other person. This man na president at the current chair, Paul Kagame na the current chair for AU. Which other AU president not even talk? Now they come out with a scrap. They call it symposium of ex-head of state. Head of state, the way they not be even fit to rule their country properly. They come and sit. When they be there on seat, they not be fit talk. For 2016, they not be fit talk against which way La Republic they do we. Now today, the one can gather say symposium. Symposium my ass. Which symposium? fellow Amazonians, now is the time for you to know that you are an African, independent African state. And there is nothing that will stop us from fighting our enemies in Africa. We are going to stand. Justice must take its course. Anybody will talk against our independence may show proof. So you see the injustice we'll get inside Africa. The African Union never even make statements. So why another? They first of all look at we. Might tell you something. Some country not get problem for Europe. It go begin it solicit African Union. No, they the first stand for European Union. But today we don't leave African Union. We rush for European Union. Today we don't leave African Union. We go straight for United Nations. Why? Because we Africans, we are problem to Africans. Thank you, my brother.
Yes, Paul, what you talk, it sounds so interesting, very interesting. And I personally, I feel confirmed that as the truth. Now, dear televiewers, fellow Amazonians, welcome to today's edition of AMBA Voice with Mr. Nanchop and Paul Nilong. For now, I watch we for television, and those of you who may want to participate on this show, you have my telephone number. The lines are open. You can call to give in your own contribution. Now, what I want to say is this, brothers and sisters, listen. I said yesterday, for those of you who missed it, I really want to encourage you to go back and watch the 8 o'clock program, the Hour of Grace program. We talked about a lot of things. And one of the things I said was that it doesn't matter where you were born. It doesn't matter whether you were born in a poor country or in Africa in a poor, corrupt system. This is our day. These are our days. Now we are the ones to take charge and change these things. We are the ones to change the course. We are the ones to change the system. Listen, it's not because the corrupt system of Africa or of the world has been there for so long that makes it good and okay. You know, we have the responsibility to change these things. It is our responsibility. What France has been doing to Africa, what France has been doing to the nations in Africa, we have to do something and change this nonsense. Now, please, you will bear with me. I have something I want to play. I have a short video that came to my attention today. I really want to play this video, and I'm going to put it on the screen right now for us to see. I'm going to put it on the screen right now for us to see. I'm going to put this on the screen. So 1 minute. Let me play this video. This just please, you have to bear with me. You have to bear with me. Okay, I'm going to put this on the screen. I know most of you must have watched this video. You must have seen this video. What I want to do is this. I want you to take a moment and listen keenly to this wonderful interview. I mean, she's not a stranger to us. Most of us, we know her. Now, to our mothers and fathers at ground zero, I want you to get the message. Papa, I mean, I want to get the message where it did for inside this specific interview, where it become free AMBA Voice. Thank you. Now, when I just take chair, when I relax, when I wash up.
We are privileged to be welcomed in the home of the former African Union Ambassador to the U.S., Dr. Arikana Jombori Kaur. We will be discussing development, security, and the state of the African women. Welcome to the conversation.
IMF, World Bank, all other institutions, they make African countries jump through hoops. Loans will never be able to pay. The US, when they borrow money, they're getting it in 1.5, 1.9 interest rate. Africans, when they get the same amount of money, they're paying 9, 10%. The people who don't need a break, they get a break. The ones who need a break, they don't get a break. The sheer survival of the World Bank, IMF, is based on the fact that African countries and many other developing countries do not succeed. Their success is based on our failure. That has to change. And guess who can make that change? We. The children of Africa, we, the Africans, are the ones who have to say, we know your game now. Enough is enough. We're not playing it anymore. And this is where the diaspora come in. There are more Ghanaian doctors in New York City than in the entire country of Ghana. There are more Nigerian doctors in LA than in the entire country of Nigeria. So let's be serious here. What Africa needs is capacity, capacity, capacity. And that capacity is in the diaspora. So it behooves us to bring the diaspora together. Let them understand what is really going on in our Africa. Diaspora are not going home. Diaspora are angry about Africa because they are not understanding the root cause of why Africa is where it is today. They think getting rid of a president will take care of the problem. Far from it. That president is just going to be replaced by another one who's going to equally suffer from the same difficult environment to work in. So let's look at an Africa that must be free to take care of herself, an Africa that's free from exploitation from outsiders. The multinationals who are stealing from Africa every day in broad daylight. I use an example of the DRC. If you ever fly very low over the DRC, you'll see tarmacs in the jungle. You'll see 747s flying into DRC, picking up minerals and flying right out. The same multinationals are responsible for arming young people and giving them MK-16s. Because why? Their satellites in the skies are telling them where that village is. There are lots of diamonds. So what do? Arm young people, drag them up, and send them to go chop off a few heads. The rest of the village runs away, so they come behind and do their illegal mining. We black people must understand what is really going on. Because what we are shown instead is, oh, look at those Africans killing each other. There are some serious games that have been played in Africa for far too long. And once we understand that, we can strategize as to how we can begin to bring the difference and bring the change that Africa needs. And that change can only come if the African diaspora are united. And the Wakanda villages, as I call them, it is our organized way of saying, starting with one African diaspora center of excellence, it will be a new city, a developmental hub that we can then take from there. Every sector is developed. Take healthcare. How many doctors do we need in this region to take care of this many people? We pick up education, same thing. We pick up engineering. We pick up electricity. How many megawatts of power do we have in the region? How many do we need? Be it solar, be it wind, be it hydro, be it geothermal, be it nuclear.
I want to bring you back to West Africa. President Alassane Ouattara made a declaration that the franc CFA will be replaced with the ECO. But many will argue that because there's still foreign reserves being placed into French economy, it's just the same currency, different name.
Absolutely. I agree with that. The question I had right from the get-go, first, is pegged to the euro. Secondly, it's still going to be printed in France. Third, they may try to say we are eliminating the colonial tax, but they're replacing it with the foreign exchange tax. These countries are very capable of negotiating their own deals. Their funds don't have to go through the French central bank. Even countries want to trade with African countries, they don't have to go through French central bank. So there are all those technicalities that are just stupid. What's needed is complete separation. France has got to get out of Africa, really, honestly. Enough is enough. To take $500 billion out of Africa. I mean, it is insanity of the highest order. In countries that are supposedly poor, and making those countries fund French education, French healthcare system, create jobs for French youth while we are struggling in our country. It's no longer sustainable. President Macron needs to wake up and smell the coffee. And the African youth are the ones he's going to have to deal with. The African youth are not taking it anymore. They want what belongs to them. Financial institutions, them too. If I had my way, all the African heads of states should stop paying back any loans that were given by IMF and World Bank. Those loans have been paid gazillion times over.
Many people in the diaspora are wondering, yes, you're no longer the ambassador to the US, but they would like for you to take up the position of the African Union Commission.
I have to say, when the drumbeat was getting louder about me becoming the chairman of the African Union, I disregarded it because it's nothing that I've ever thought about. But increasingly, as we are looking at the implementation of the African Continental Free Trade Area, you have to understand the role of the African Union Commission is to be the implementer of the decisions that are agreed upon by the African heads of states. So it's important that we not get a career diplomat who's now only looking for their next position. We need somebody who can think outside the box. We need a business-minded person because people are dying, my dear young child. We've got to realize that children are dying every day. Women are dying every day. Millions of youth are unemployed and we're too busy being diplomatic, not hitting the nail in the head. If we don't get an African Union chair who realizes that you're under the table and they're making you fight with your brothers and sisters as to who got the larger chunk of the crumbs under the table. That way, you never have to talk about what's on the table. That is a blind chair. We need somebody who gets it. I do know that there's a need for major disruption at the African Union level. If I were to become chair of the African Union, I want to bring disruption.
As we look at the African woman today, when we seek for crucial areas where she can be empowered and enabled, where should we focus? Should we focus in land right for economic freedom, or should we focus on them being in leadership positions for decision-making process?
First of all, in order for the African woman to move forward, it starts with the mind. Women in general, actually, we have a tendency to just apologize, and we just don't think we're quite able to get there. Granted, our challenges are real. Let's make a commitment to say we will succeed. Nobody is superior to us. We will get the job done. Let's find strength within each other, that we are going to take care of ourselves. We're taking care of our neighborhoods, we're taking care of our homes, we're taking care of our Mother Africa. That commitment and that change of mindset, once we have the change of mindset, the game is over. Because you can take me wherever you take me. If my mind is in the right place, there's nothing you can do to me. There are no games you can play with me.
On that very point, what is your view on gender equality, in the African context especially?
In African culture, we, the women, have always ruled. The men might think that they have ruled, but behind the scenes, it was always us. I like to share this story of Nanaya Asantwa. She was the gatekeeper of the golden stool in the Ashanti kingdom. When the British were trying to take the golden stool from the Ashanti people, the men had given in. They were ready to give up the golden stool in exchange for the king, who was in exile in Mauritius. But you got to understand that the golden stool is where the spirit of the Ashanti people is housed. So when you give up the golden stool, you have given up the spirit of a people. Our men, our Ashanti men, were ready to give up the spirit of the Ashanti people. Nanaya Asandua, as the gatekeeper of the golden stool, she said, absolutely not. And let me paraphrase her speech. She said, I shall call upon all my female sisters. We will pick up arms and we will fight the British till the last one of us is down. We then picked up arms, organized, and they fought the British and defended the golden stool. That is the power that the African woman has.
Madam Ambassador, Our Voices is a show that brings the women's voices at the table. What is your message to them today?
My message to the African woman is to say, you, the African woman, without you, there would not be any other races. And for that reason, you have a very important role to play in the world affairs. Once you understand that, take your role. No one should ever make you feel inferior. As mothers, as grandmothers, as sisters, as nieces, let's come together and let not only our husbands and our brothers and our uncles, no, we need to work together as equals, because it's going to take all of us working together to make our Africa what we want it to be.
Madam Ambassador Arikana Chomborikwa, thank you so much. We much appreciate it.
Thank you for having me.
What a touching message. What a powerful message. Now, even though she was like talking most especially to the women, or to the Africans, can we personalize this particular message, Amazonians? Can we take these words as challenging words, as words that will stir us up to stand up and stand for that which is ours? Listen, brothers and sisters, there's something I said last time, that this is our time. When we read the histories of the Endelis, the Munas, and the rest, and some of us, we are complaining about their mistakes and their decisions. Now, God has given us the opportunity to make the changes in this our own day. We are in charge of things right now. This is our time. We cannot continue to allow La République and France, through their manipulatory and neo-colonial system, to do what they want to do with us. We have the power and ability to change things now. So I don't really understand why some of us, I'm not talking this for pitching, I need to understand why some people, their own power and influence for this revolution, it go only for social media, for the comments then, for insult, for fight, for boast, for social media. I don't give us the 13 county challenge today. I bring in the system of the 13 county challenge. I want to make each county, we all will belong to counties. We will take that challenge for say, we want to see the county the way they will take over their territory. the local government areas them where we go mix in La Republic no go rule in anything, no DO, no commissioner, no no mayor, no person will be appointed by La Republic go be in charge of any for our territories. This is the challenge unto victory, brothers and sisters. When we talk about taking the revolution to the next level of victory and absolute dominance over La Republic. We have the first caller on the line, Comrade Paul. Let me take this caller and get his contribution. Hello, sir. Welcome to AMBA Voice with Mr. Nanchop and Paul Nilong.
Yeah, good afternoon, Paul and Nanchop. Fidel is the top. I really be grateful for what way when I do. At least when I don't be gradually they put our revolutionary message on the rail. I really want to thank Una for that. Paul don't talk something where I really concord with that thing. He say if Una be talk about A do this, B do this, Una forget 1,000, 2,000 views. I want to concord with that message because La Republic don't put people there for Facebook. Plenty. So much so that when somebody they call names now, they go there, they pump messages, the person pop up and he knows say they do the right thing, then they key our people on the ground. I want for challenge what activism, me, any activist tell me when he be last post and for the war say we get 80%, 90% goes down, the respect what goes down for northern or southern. You never see that one. So we only there for Facebook messages upon messages and La Republic they do wait where they do best. So it don't mean say we not fit come out once and set the record straight. But if we continue with that same life, you will discover say La Republic it will put more people for Facebook than they distract with and then they do it where they do. So I really be happy for the show. Even with the one yesterday, it was marvelous. Many people they watch that show and many people them cry. And many people they don't rekindle their effort to join the revolution because of that show yesterday. So I really want to thank you very much and thank for and someone that continue with that spirit.
Thank you, comrade. I hope you will take the 13 country challenge.
I already did it.
That's good. Okay, thanks. Yeah, comrade Paul.
Yes, I beg your suspend course. Omar explain something about this.
No, I'll suspend course. The thing I say we get just 5 more minutes now. And dear televiewers, Secretary Chris will be coming up very soon, immediately after the show of today. So I'll just take 2 more calls, and we have just 10 more minutes to be here. So immediately after this show, Secretary Chris will be coming up with a team. So you don't want to miss the message that Secretary Chris is bringing up. I mean, it's going to be powerful. So those of you watching on satellite at ground zero, maybe after this one, just take up water, Papa. You want to take your one small shot or matango. You take your cola, you throw your chair, you don't. Yes, they are picking when they call and say Secretary Chris Army. If they come for can't give it Trump to read. Come here, Paul. I'll give you some few moments. Explain.
I want to talk in relation to way this former ambassador they talk. See, the way they don't divide Africa, it go take like a decade. This generation of leaders will get now. France and the European Union, they don't divide Africa strategically. We no matter what you will do, it go hard for that Pan-African spirit where Kwame Nkrumah and Gaddafi, they be the fight for. These 2 Pan-Africanists, they be the fight for. It go hard for we forget that spirit for 1960. When in the life of Pan-Africanism, we will go join this devil, the way they call La Republic. So it go difficult for this generation. It means that we go take some slow pace, some time. How it is Kemi Seba for this Pan-Africanist, where it for France, it talk against French. Now they don't cop out this 14. France don't cop out these 14 countries. Chinese they cut out their own. I want to ask you one question. Why if this is no country for Africa, no the one copy example for Paul Kagame for Rwanda? Look at the standard way Paul Kagame they put Rwanda. Why some other African countries do not talk say me will see who they develop this thing. The system where Paul Kagame they use for implement we country because of waiting. They don't put the divide and rule for inside the entire Africa in such a way where Africa then are in chaos. It then are in chaos. Where they are youth, they're supposed to start carry this spirit for revival for inside them, for work with them. In the next 10 years, I mean, say this generation of leaders must be wiped out completely. Let me say, for example, look at Republic. Paul Biya has been in power for the past 38 years. You feel say that power if you bring change, if you ever bring change with the rotten system where they get them. And when we talk about dominance, let me tell you why we left the Enugu House of Assembly in 1953 was because the Nigerians were dominating us in the parliament. Now, for the way Endele they talk, say enough is enough. We are leaving this house. Because of what? We started fighting dominance. Ambazonia started fighting dominance in 1953 at the Enugu House of Assembly. We backed out of that house in 1961. We were coupled in this unholy union. And let me tell you, my brother, from that 1961 to today, La Republique don't do everything to dominate us. We are not going to remain in this. We will not be slaves forever. Ambazonians, wake up from sleep. We will not remain slave forever. Look at what is happening in Ambazonia today. That chief slave, that senior slave with the don't put of Bamenda. Look at what way they happen. Look at what way they want to try to implement. It wants suck up Bameleke people from Western Province, put them for destroy everything. Our system have been destroyed. Everything that we brought in the union in 1961 has been destroyed. We had marketing board, we had power camp, we had our Southern Cameroon police. They have destroyed categorically everything because they wanted to dominate us. The moment gendarmerie they be inside Southern Cameroon from 1961, that was the beginning of dominance. We left Enugu to come into another Enugu. Let me tell you, Southern Cameroonians, I will die fighting than remain a slave. That die a slave, I will die fighting. Now is the time for us. Let us leave all the social media noise. Now is the time for you and me to rise up. If you are listening to my voice on ground, please, we must stop this dominance. We must fight against this. We will not hand it to our children. We will not. Our children will not continue this fight. Foncha gave it to us, our children. We will not hand it to our children. Tell somebody beside you that we will not hand this fight to our children. We are going to see the end of it. If I die fighting, I die in here.
Thank you, Comrade Paul. This is wonderful. Now, dear televiewers, I must say, those of you who watch, I mean, I and Paul, we did not have a pre-talk before this meeting. So, I mean, what he's saying is exactly what I said some few minutes ago. It's not like we sat and discussed that we were to talk about this thing. I just invited him to join the show and he accepted. But what is more important is to see that I feel that most of us, the youths, we share this commonness, we share this common zeal, and we are not going to allow some few individuals to bring confusion among us, to derail us from this cause. See, I said we will stand together, we will fight together, we will die together, and we will also win together. Brothers and sisters, we must orientate back to our counties and our local government areas. We must fund this revolution. We must fund our boys and for ground. We must give in our best. When I remember to our talkers today, one grandpapa they say, Paul, well, I want to correct something. My brother Paul made a statement. He said the tax be difficult. There's a difference between difficult and impossible. I mean, these are two things to know. Now, true, see the tax be difficult, but you know what? I said it yesterday. While grandpapa they see the tax, they say, "Child, Maza, this system." You know, some of us we say it. You say, "Maza, the system over corrupt. The whole thing just did some kind of way, Maza." No, never. We begin. They can't take over the changer. This is what our grandparents said. Then they gave birth to our parents. Our parents they came to the scene and they said, "Child, Maza, the system corrupt. The whole thing just did." We will never work. Peking they can't take over. They will change her. You see the problem? Now we add. This is our days. Now our time. We'll get the tendency. Paul, I'm coming. I'll give you time to talk on that, please. we get the tendency for also talk say Maza. The whole thing just the thing will high Maza. More level for our picking. And you see, it will become what it becomes, and we call it in German endlose life. It becomes a loop. It just turned a loop, an endless loop. It continues. But listen, a generation, we have said we are the never again generation. We must, it is our right, and we have the ability to change these things. And we will make sure, brothers and sisters, Papa and Mami, them, my brothers of Oganzo, Perika them, my parliament them, listen, no one will not give up for this fight. We go fight, and all with the young people for diaspora. You are there for diaspora, you never contribute. Why? Which is their problem? Go back for your county, go back for your local government area, and do what you if you do. Even at $5 or at $10, support your county. If you never carry AK, you never carry sugar cane, you never plant popcorn, give them our own brother there for ground, because me and you will get that privilege so they for play all day. It don't mean so we better pass on the day for zero. If we did it, me have the carry at 10 AK. So what the chap tell me and say we get to look this one like our collective responsibility for bring a change. Apostle Paul, I'll give you the last 1 more minute to round up because we have to give up. We have to hand the microphone to such a quiz that for the next program. So I'll just give you 2 minutes, sir. I beg. Me will round up. Me will give you a last statement. We know take us and again. Country people will continue tomorrow.
It be rather unfortunate, so we'll get for end and half today. But I want to say this thing, be the way they make La Republic do with Papa them, they do it very gently. That way, Israelites they want make Egyptians they want make Israelites and slave. Be a one day. It be a bit by bit. It be make a sute it put some senior slave them among them. When that senior slave that they make them, if they tell the other common slave, they say, "We not leave the people." It be very practically impossible. Now they told they say today for the Agwabalags, them, the Akeremunas, the Bandam, the way they don't die today with the Nijon Frundi, Elisimi, them all these names them. They don't fit not them for make we more see and say this road be impossible. But when a very possible road because they don't make them they integrate them like senior slave. I not go blame Ataranji for what way they do one. Now, because he fight now for your interest. When you fight for the people, when Moses came back in Egypt, he came back to fight for the people. I want advice. I want to tell every Ambazonian, please be the Moses of this generation. Be the Ambazonian Moses. No, this role not be reserved only for the leaders. This role not be reserved not only for the activists. This role not be reserved not only for the soldiers on the ground. This role is for every Ambazonian. If you tell yourself, I will be the Moses of the Ambazonian in this generation, let me tell you, we are going to carry this fight to the doorstep of the enemy. Thank you very much, Mr. Nancho. Maybe tomorrow at 5 o'clock, we will continue with the program. Thank you.
Yes, thank you, sir. Thank you, Comrade Paul. Now, dear televiewers, fellow Ambazonians, we've come to the end of today's edition of AMBA Voice with Mr. Nancho, and I've had with me my one and beloved brother, Comrade Paul Nilong. And now I want to let you guys know that we are on track. This revolution is on track. Listen, La Republique the war in a worry. My papa and mama made them. Let La Republique go up, come down. Then the war in a worry. I don't tell when I say no shaking. When I'm not there for AMBA Voice, we get plenty to for talk. The time they always short. But I get a rendezvous with you tomorrow. Tomorrow, when I want to tell you when I enjoyed the program yesterday. Tomorrow, we get a part B of that program. 8 o'clock AMBA time, I come with our female general, Caroline Mala. When I mentioned yesterday, we know if we touch a lot of things on, and time will be short. But tomorrow, we will be live 8 o'clock AMBA time. So we want to prepare for which way we get them for bringing for us. So we want to stay tuned. Such a Chris and a team that will come up immediately after this show today. I want to encourage you now. So we want to stay online. Now for people who already watch for Facebook, we will stop the broadcast for Facebook and now we will start a new broadcast. So we want to just feel relaxed and wanna invite some person in for share. Papa and I already watch for television. We want to take glass water, we want to take shower, we want to take matango, we want to enjoy the evening. We want to go outside. Don't forget the coronavirus there for outside. We want to just relax for house. So my name now that want to pick you where they call and say Mr. Nanchop, and they want to be another wonderful program for ABC AMBA TV where they call and say AMBA Voice. So stay tuned to AC AMBA TV and see you guys tomorrow, 8 p.m. AMBA time.